So we're gonna be making the Seinfeld black and white cookies.
I love the smell of bakery.
Oh, look, Elaine, the black and white cookie. I love the black and white. Two races of flavor living side by side in harmony. It's a wonderful thing, isn't it?
You know, I often wonder what you'll be like when you're senile.
For some reason, I've been really craving these, and because of quarantine, I thought, why not? I'm not a professional baker, as you can tell by my amazing setup. I did have to order corn syrup, though. I don't know what I'm gonna do with the extra. You don't need this much. You need like a tablespoon. Maybe it'll come in handy in the future. It's gonna be interesting because I do not have baking soda, which this recipe requires, but you can substitute baking soda with baking powder, but use 3 times more. But they say that it can leave a little bit of a chemical taste if you use too much, but I think our recipe uses like just a little, so it shouldn't be too bad. I hope not. I really want these to turn out well. So first we start out with our dry ingredients. So for flour, oh, and the recipe I'm using, so I'm using a mix between the New York Times cooking one and Pro Home Cooks video. I'm using 1 3/4 cup of baking flour, or cake flour, but I thought baking flour would do the trick. I don't see why not. For unlimited resources, anything's gonna work. Oh, and they also didn't have flour, so I'm using like almond flour. I am not gluten-free. I try to stay away from things that are gluten-free because they usually taste bad, but we'll see. 1 3/4 cup flour. So let's sift that through. I personally never fully understood why people sift the dry ingredients. I am a big box mixer, and I also really just like to throw everything together. Okay, so here comes our tricky part. We don't have baking soda. We only have baking powder. It says just use 3 times more. So the recipe that I'm using says you use 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda and 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. So 3 times 1/2 is 1 1/2. So, and then plus the other 1/2. So I'm gonna use 2 teaspoons of baking powder. There's a possibility that 1/2 of that did not record. All you missed, if you missed out on anything, was me frantically panicking because hers looks so good and my hand mixer sucks and it looks bad. I will quickly re-explain what happened just in case. So I mixed all my ingredients together and hers looks fabulous and mine looks like that. It's chunky. God, did I mess this up? Did I mess everything? This is all for nothing. It's an overwhelming piece of butter. I'm gonna leave it. I don't want to mess up anymore. But we're gonna keep pushing on forward. I've got my parchment paper. So she has an ice cream scoop, but we are not an ice cream household. No. So what I'm gonna use, a ladle and this. What is my life? Okay. The fork is fully submerged in the cookie dough. These will be like the bigger cookies. And then we'll do a smaller size on the next one because these gotta pay off. I did too much work, too much effort to only have 6 cookies, you know? In total, I have a whopping 16 cookies. That's a terrible idea. Oh my god. Oh my god. I will come back to you when they're baked and we'll do the icing. Okay.
Look at them. Okay, look, this is the small ones. These are the small ones. And these were the ones I thought would be the good size. Oh my god, they're so big. The cookies expanded so much. I cannot believe. Oh my god, those ones are gonna last me forever. Okay.
Finally, we're down to the icing portion. I don't have one of those icing spreaders. I do have this cake cutter. This is where I'm gonna get out my corn syrup, confectioner's sugar, but I just don't think I will. That sugar got everywhere. Are you serious? This is crazy looking. Look at this. Oh my god. Okay. So this is supposed to make the icing hard. Oh goodness. Feels like if hot glue wasn't hot. It just feels like if it was just like you could touch it and it didn't burn. So once it is boiled, I will come back and grab you as we do this. Oh lordy, be careful. I hope I didn't add too much water on the first go. It is so watery. Okay, so I can use a little bit more water in this. Okay. Hopefully it's not too much. Oh, they mixed too much water in this one too. You know, icing when it cools down always gets more opaque. I mix this ratio right now. Okay, I'm gonna come back to you when I've done 2 layers and we'll see if it makes a difference. So, after what you last saw, when I said I'd come back to you when I did 2 layers, I got very sad because this is how they turned out. This is how they turned out. So, from my findings, I didn't have all the right materials. My cookies were too soft, and I added too much water to the icing, so it was too liquidy. So the cookie fully just absorbed the icing, like a sponge. I am definitely not a professional baker. The corn syrup did help a little bit. It has a little hardness to it, but it is soaking on the bottom. These were a disaster, to say the least. I will have to eat them mainly with a fork because there is no other way. Will I try attempting to make these cookies once again? Most likely, no. Will I be scouring the internet to find a bakery or deli that will deliver said cookies? Yes, because I still am craving them. This didn't help anything. But I have not tried it in full. I'm here to take a bite out of one of my black and white cookies, which is really just a tan and poop cookie. Let's see how it tastes. Please, please. That tastes really good. Oh, okay. Together, these flavors, they look disgusting. But I'm happy. I'll eat these. They are soggy, to say the least. But they taste delicious. If of you have a great black and white cookie recipe at home, please send it my way, or send just the finished product my way and I will taste it. Thank you guys for watching. I hope that this helped cheer you up a little bit during this quarantine time. Stay safe and don't mess up like I did. Okay, bye!